Revolting Rhymes is pretty fabulous. This is right up my street. Now, I have to say, despite growing up reading some of Roald Dahl's books, I never actually read his Revolting Rhymes, but now I really want to. I really want to. But this mini-series, two parts, released in 2016, is an animated version of Roald Dahl's Revolting Rhymes. And I have to say, it's absolutely delicious. As I've mentioned countless times over the years, I love anything that takes classic fairy stories and gives them a different twist. And it kind of reminds me of Grizzly Tales for Gruesome Kids with regards to how blunt it is and how much it doesn't sugarcoat things, and quite frankly, how revolting some of the characters' actions are. And I don't want to go into too much detail about how it takes fairy tales and gives them a new flavour or makes the characters more interesting. Some of the characters are a lot more feisty, they're not as passive as they are in a lot of interpretations. Just to give you a small indication of characters, we have characters like Snow White, Little Red Riding Hood. The Banker Pig is one of my favourite characters. I absolutely love him. I'm a big fan of the Three Little Pigs. And various other classic characters that you'll recognise, and I think they all look fabulous. The animation quality is just absolutely brilliant, and I guess, as importantly, the rhymes are brilliant. They're fabulous. Some of them, I think, are going to make children really happy. The vocabulary, the language, it's easy for children to understand, but they're words that children would not normally have. For example, knickers, as in underwear. I can't think of another kids show, or well, child friendly show, that would be so blunt about referring underwear, but it does it. And there are other things like that. It rhymes something with the word mayonnaise at one point. I don't know why I find the word mayonnaise funny in this context, but it really is. And it's one of the reasons why I want to get my hands on a copy of Revolting Rhymes, so I can have a proper look at the rhymes and the language used, because Roald Dahl always knew how to write for children. He knew how to speak to children. He knew which words would entertain them, would engage them. This is completely apparent with Revolting Rhymes. The narrative is quite complex, like it weaves everything together very nicely. It's not difficult to follow, but it's not as straightforward as other versions of fairy tales and stories that I've seen. So it's very well written, very well developed, a fabulous rhyming structure. The meter is brilliant, it's rhythmic, it's gorgeous to listen to. The language is spot on for what it should be. It's a little bit gory and intense here and there for maybe younger children, but certainly for older children, I think it's something they're going to love. And my adult brain absolutely loved it as well. If you're a fan of this kind of fun animation and stories told in rhyme, Revolting Rhymes, the two-parter, is definitely worth watching. Coupling that, we have a fantastic voice cast, including but not limited to Dominic West, Rob Brydon, Gemma Chan, Tamsin, Greig. Brilliant voice cast across the board. Really thoroughly enjoyed it. Revolting Rhymes is absolutely worth watching.